picked them to FD, and the guy picked Marth. So it was a pretty bad situation. So anyway, that's what we're trying. And then for best of fives, there are bans. So bans and Dave's Stupid Rule, which bans up to 1, which is actually not Dave's Stupid Rule. Dave's Stupid Rule, yeah. Oh, by the way, just noticing the chat, Sonic Adventure 2 tournament. I'm still gonna play Jason in Sonic Adventure 2, just after Smash. Yeah, he doesn't like to mix games and stuff like that, so probably Sunday. But anyway.
Do you know how long he's staying, by the way?
He will be here till Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
Anyway. So Dave's Stupid Rule, for all those who are actually unfamiliar with it, and it gets used incorrectly a lot, is Dave's Stupid Rule is actually you cannot go back to any stage you've won on in a set. Any. Now, a lot of people, they use the modified version, which is you can't go back to the last stage you won on. No. That's completely false. That is horrible. That is wrong. Don't ever use that. That is, don't. Just don't. You cannot go back to any stage you've won on unless both people agree to it. So this rule set uses a ban to kind of reduce stage variance, and Dave's Stupid Rule, which is not really a modified version, I guess, that gets the last. You can choose out of the stages you lost. So if it goes to game 5, you pretty much get 2 bans, rather than Dave's Stupid Rule banning everything, so that it leaves stages available. Anyway.
About the match, though.
Back to that. I mean,
do you know the placings of these two on the rankings?
I guess I can talk to people about the match right now. Okay, so Soul is number 18 on the list.
Okay.
And Training Wheels is number 22.
Okay.
So it's an 18 versus 22. Let me update
nice edge guard.
That.
For Marth Falcon on Battlefield, I think I prefer it for Falcon a little bit because the platforms were decent for Marth. But movement is just so good on this stage because of the heights of the platforms and such. And the ledge doesn't really screw up Falcon as much as it could have, or it could in general. So it's pretty good stage in general.
Anyway.
Nice edge guard as well.
Anyway, Training Wheels showing why he's number 22, pretty much, with a random off-stage counter. That was horrible, but oh, Soul, look! Soul
he's reading
fancy with just kind of crossing him up all day.
He's just putting on pressure, and Training Wheels can't do anything about it. He's not processing fast enough.
Yeah, Training Wheels is one of our newer players. Soul has been playing. Soul is a sophomore. He's been around here since last year. Training Wheels still a freshman, so he's a little new guy. That's why his name is Training Wheels. Actually, fun story about his tag. When we first met him, we took him to a Mass Madness with us, and he fell. His name is Mike, and my name is Mike, and he fell asleep in the back seat, and just trying to lean his shoulder on me.
Yeah, one band. One band.
And it was oh, poor little Mike, he's a little baby, he needs his nap time. So he got called Baby Mike, which turned into Bike. And then we're wait a minute, he's not a bike. He still needs his Training Wheels. So that's the story of his tag. And Mewtwo King actually thinks his name is Little Mac, so that's what he calls him. When he calls him over, he's like, hey, Little Mac. So that's pretty funny too.
Meanwhile, Soul doesn't have a good backstory for his name. It's basically just we had someone who saw that he was a ginger and decided that gingers don't have souls, so his tag became Soul.
And yeah, Soul's life goal is to steal your soul, so that some say he's still in search of his very own soul.
If he wins his
tag is the embodiment of everything he cannot have. And he also has a really hot sister, just so everyone knows. I mean, I don't know if she's actually hot. Well, she kind of is, but I just have a thing for redheads. There's okay, because there's gingers and then there's hot redheads. And so you find a hot redhead, it's like a diamond in the rough. And his sister is tried and true hot redhead. You can just tell, you know what I'm talking about, green eyes and porcelain skin. Ugh. But he never brings her around because he knows the deal. It's pretty funny. He tries to pretend he doesn't have one. I'm like, dude, I met her. But anyway, I guess back to the match.
I think Pokemon Stadium is really good for this matchup for Falcon, but also Marth can use the platforms really well.
Pokemon Stadium is a horrible stage.
Alright, let's not have the discussion right now.
It's a horrible stage. Chat.
It's not a horrible
Anyone
stage.
in the chat,
okay, the transformations.
Let's talk about
Let's not talk about
this.
Alright, there's a match going on right now.
No one cares about the match. Let's talk about why Pokemon Stadium is a horrible stage. There's no reason for it to be around. There's absolutely none. I'm sorry. It exists only because of inertia. Because people are like, oh, why change something? If it ain't broke, don't fix. It's a horrible stage. Yeah, sure. The neutral transformation, great. That is a perfectly fine stage. Rock, horrible. Rock is no one in the world will ever look at the rock transformation and be like, yeah, that's legal. Like if that was a standalone stage, who would play on it?
The transformations are only for 25% of the whole thing.
No.
At max. Yeah, do some counting right now for this whole minute.
No. The transformations in general, the problematic transformations take up a larger percent, and it's not a consistent percent because, for example, in our match yesterday, out of all the transformations we had in our match, it was a rock and 2 fires.
Yeah, so you have to camp for those.
Okay, that's the general sitting there.
Yeah,
and
but then you could argue the same for like so many stages. You could say like.
I understand if you're a Fox main, you love Stadium. You can like a stage because of the benefits it gives your character. That's fine. But that's not for the sake of an argument. It's just not objective. We can't I'm breaking things down objectively right now.
So why don't we just reduce the stage list down to just Battlefield then? Because FD what does FD do? What point?
It
centralizes the gameplay around not having platforms. That's a completely different.
You can't centralize gameplay around the lack of something. That makes no. Think about what you're saying for a second. You're centralizing around nothing, is what you're telling me right now.
It's not centralizing around nothing.
The lack of.
Right, this is dumb. I'm not going to respond to this. This is. Let's not talk about saying this Pokemon Stadium 1 and its legality when there's a match going on.
You literally cannot say we're centralizing around the lack of something. The lack of something is literally nothing.
I would say that FD affects matchups way more than PS1 does. That's my stance on this.
No way. So, okay, you know what? I will agree with you, Cop Crusher. It could stay, but you're still admitting it's a garbage stage. That's fine. You're bolstering my argument. You're welcome to your opinion to believe that it should stay. And it probably will stay because people don't want to change things, but as long
because the stage list would be really puny if you just start banning stages willy-nilly.
It's not willy-nilly, dude. I'm providing objective.
Okay, all right, let's do some counting. What percentage of this game right now will just be camping because of the transformations?
Dude, it doesn't matter if it's 10% of the game. Do you want to be Smash 4?
What?
Look,
it's not gonna make it Smash 4 if
Grand Finals of Apex literally had multiple instances where both characters, 2 of the best 5 players in the world, just stood there and didn't do anything
for max 2 minutes.
Dude, let's go with Dreamland only. Not even. I don't even really like Dreamland that much, and I'm a Peach main. I really don't.
Yeah, no bias there.
I don't even really like it that much. Because Peach is so slow. People don't realize, yeah, cool, you live longer, but against people who can just run in circles around you, it's not fun.
That's true. A lot of Fox, Leffen showed particularly that you can just laser camp a Peach really.
Yeah, what? Leffen's like, all right, I'll take you to Dreamland. He has no care in the world. Leffen taking, or he didn't take Armada to Dreamland, but Leffen playing on Dreamland made Armada quit Peach. Think about that for a second, guys. Dreamland is not a free win Peach stage. It's just, come on, guys. Let's be real. Yeah, Battlefield is way more neutral.
Yeah, but if you could hack the game and you could take away the transformations, I don't think anyone would disagree that would be optimal.
Okay.
But the fact that it's there does not makes it worse, right? But it doesn't make it so bad that you need to ban it, because then you reduce the stage list size considerably, considering that there's only 5 stages or 6 stages.
Considerably.